When it comes to this underground city, well, no one's really having a lot of luck, are they? Especially Gintoki. First off, he's actually managed to defeat the big king of the place, Hosen, and had a run in with Kagura's family. But now he's being kind of tossed back in, and there's some storylines unwrapping with everyone's favourite, and I'm not joking about that, it's seemingly so, a girl who abandoned her womanity, womanhood. But that resolve is wavering, as we saw. I don't want to waste any more time, because we have to wade through the cobwebs. I wonder if the fact that it's now showing a lot more of the big war before is laying down the foundations for episodes to come. Even though, Gintoki has had these moments of reminiscing in previous openings as well. But everyone is so serious. Well, almost everyone. We haven't seen much of the ship pirate captain in a while. I wonder if this little city is actually going to have any kind of seemingly peace. It was ruled with an iron fist before, and now that that is gone, there's a lot more petty crimes. But it's a place for these ones to step in. And of course, the fact that Gintoki and her are getting close probably is going to play into later on. Despite how agile they seem, the outfits that they wear do seem a little restrictive in movements. Even if it's her last request, it's not something that Gintoki could abide by. He really hasn't even tried blocking any of these, has he? Is he trying to level up kunai resistance? Ow. Um. Okay. In what way, particularly? Like a very overprotective, dangerous father figure. But rather than fighting head on, like with... That wasn't a cut or anything, that was a shatter. What the fuck? Is he just a puppet or something? Oh, he's said it out loud. Hey! He's got some screen time! Will there be any rice by the time they get back? Has she been acting odd? What is with that nickname? Suki. It's that she wouldn't allow others to call her that. Like a lot of characters and people who feel like they need to protect something, they try to bear the burdens, as we've been told. But she does well. I see those crutches behind her, so she's not completely unable to walk, just not able to unassisted at least. It's kind of like Cube. There's several characters in this which is like you have to give up on who you are. As with most things, it's a bit of both. But I think we all need people like that. Yeah, who could you mean? Although she can protect herself now. Oh. That's some visualization. I don't quite understand his reasoning here. You don't have to delve 100% into being the protector. See, there was a shatter. Is he actually a spider? Just wearing people skin. It, someone that is dangerous. What, and he wants to keep that idealized version of her. No one else is allowed. Are we going to have a culmination of all the ninjas turn up? Ooh. So, Two-Face? He's beautiful. There wasn't much of a disguise. For someone that's horribly disfigured like that, his voice isn't really affected. You know, you could have just written a letter. So he was always not the greatest looker. Well, that much seems to have been a lie. Or at least a mistruth. Only 4 years ago? The way it was speaking about it. Having eyes like that where it doesn't look like you're able to blink must be quite painful. Quite dry. But now his desire to protect her is a bit twisted. Hmm. Lovely. Is he the type that if she doesn't turn out like he wishes, he would just toss her aside? I'd say yes. I mean, she still holds that ideal of protecting everyone and the towel and her friends, etc. You don't have to act as a unemotional robot. Of course, it always revolves around Gintoki. Was that wind pressure alone? What a lonely existence. He obviously hasn't heard of Gintoki. As much as he wants him to disappear. Yeah, so now Gintoki's now a pincushion. So he's standing on invisible wires like the enemy in Sekiro. An interesting fighting style. I'm not sure is able to be replicated in reality. But it makes sense of a great ninja using these sorts of tactics. Is there anywhere to run if he's laid out all of these threads? Don't let your guard down. It's already too late. Oh, almost word for word. Rather than face him head on, yep. And like any great antagonist, leaving their foe to fall into water to escape their gaze. Will he let that go unpunished? He survived so much. Broken bones, perforated skin, multiple internal bleeds. It's your average day for Gintoki. Of course, you've just been reading Jump. Yep, keep telling yourself that, but you know you're going to be drawn in. He looks so unimpressed about just them being around him. Well, someone picked him up from the water. I see there's a workplace for everyone. So he did put down the comic for a little bit. There is... Is that a compliment? There is a certain aesthetic to ruined buildings and abandoned places, but... Excuse me. You're ruining his good time here. It's nice that he seems he can sit down fine, though. Well, he was technically reading. Yeah, it shows. So now it's a rescue mission. But I doubt the guy is actually gonna really hurt her. Mold her back into what he seems is the perfect version of the moon, but... Not someone you can go against lightly. Yeah, that much has been shown. Well, if Spider... I'm a spider, so what has taught us anything? A little bit of heat and those threads are toast. Nice internal decorator you've got here. But like, quite like the never meet your heroes, once you understand people's true intentions, it's much more ugly than it seems. I wonder how much moisturizer he has to go through. She gives up on Gintoki far too easily. Just like with Hosen, she's like, oh no, he's dead. Well, no. That's the kind of annoying logic that actually gets people to do things against their will. And he can't abide by that. So now it's not only, what, Gintoki that's in trouble. Is he... So like when she lost him and had to throw away her sense of self, he's doing it again but going to make her lose everyone. Bit selfish, if I must say. You know, how am I supposed to judge the sycophants, sociopaths, psychopaths, mentally unstable, and burnt face man? Any particular reason why he is focusing so dearly on her? And out of a lot of characters we've seen so far, she actually seems like the most somewhat capable. And there is more to life than duty alone. Although that's kind of tough to sell to, I think, Edo period Japan. Your life was your job. And I think we were told that he was the last of the old class. So those that banished him are... did they disappear by his hands as well? Maybe he's just a very unhappy man and wants to make the world as ugly as him. There are a lot of people who have some twisted meaning and understanding of what certain words mean, and in this instance it seems as though that revolves around protection. And usually when people go this far, it's either they've completely lost it, or they're trying to cover up for some failings or misdeeds in the past. And kind of like with Hosen and a few other characters, I'm guessing we're going to have that little glimpse into what turned him into what he is now. But just like then, that doesn't absolve him from everything that he's done. I mean, the story that we followed with Gintoki, he's got the experiences to turn him into a supervillain if he wanted to. The fact his personality won't let him, and he's a bit lazy, might be the saviour of this world. But if you've been enjoying Gintama and want to see the resolution of the spiderweb trap, the pacing so far of this arc, even though it's been 2 episodes, makes me think that it might be resolved in the next one. But I do want to see more of Tsukuyo, a character who quite intriguing, and kind of like what was built up with Kyubei of giving away a part of herself, her identity, to go along with what is expected of her. Although slightly more fleshed out than Kyubei. And actually has quite a good rapport with Gintoki, so what can go wrong? Almost everything. Make sure you stick around to see that though. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like and a comment, subscribe for more. Whew. Most importantly though, rest up well, recover from those wounds, physical or emotional. See you in the next one. My patrons are the charming samurai who help defend my channel. If you would like to sustain bodily injury, then why not head on to my Patreon as well? You can join the ranks of Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Dynamite 1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, and everyone else. I'm grateful YouTube copyright doesn't actually use kunai or swords. I might be a bit more careful if it did.